It's that time of year. Yes, it's Game Awards time, and we are. When it comes to the Game Awards, let's talk about the Game Awards real quick. There's only two things that people really care about when it comes to the Game Awards: the the Game of the Year, which is what we're going to be talking about, and announcements. But obviously, I can't tell you what's going to happen for the announcement, so we're going to talk about the Game of the Year award. I want to preface this by saying this is my opinion, no one else's. It's meant to be an opinion based thing and not factual or like evidence based thing at all. So you will disagree. I guarantee that. I also don't want to start at the top. I don't want to start the best, most likely, my favorites. I want to start way down at the bottom. Specifically, I want to start with the honorable mentions, always my honorable mentions. Assassin's Creed Shadows, Battlefield 6, Borderlands 4, Death Stranding 2, and Dispatch. These few games were really on the cusp of making it, but I just feel like there's a reason or two why they shouldn't be there. Assassin's Creed Shadows, seriously, one of my all-time favorite games. The environment, the world was beautiful. The combat was amazing. The story was subpar, but still good enough for me. I said this is my list, and I want to put it up there, but I just don't think it will make it up with games like Ghost of GOTY up there. Battlefield 6, multiplayer games, it just doesn't get the recognition that it deserves. It won't be up there. Borderlands 4 had a lot of bugs. Big game, or not a lot of bugs, but it was hyped up, but it didn't last very long. See you later. Death Stranding 2, this is one that people might be pretty upset about, but for me, I didn't put it up there. It's an honorable mention because it's just it didn't live up to the first one, and that's my big problem with it. Everything else is fine. It just didn't live up. And then finally, Dispatch, very new game. It just doesn't have the game of the year qualities that other games have. It's a choice based game, mini games and stuff, but realistically, there's not much game aspect to it. It's just super hype and super big, and that's the only thing that would make a game of the year. It just doesn't fit that game of the year thing for me. I can't bring myself to put any of these games up there for those reasons. Now, for the next couple of games, I'm going to kind of go bottom to top here, starting with Doom: The Dark Ages. This game is just amazing, right? Tearing through armies of demons, like, what else do you want? Its new mechanics were great, but it's not necessarily so much better than the other Doom games, so I didn't really put it that high. There's not much to say about it. I mean, it's similar, but it's a little better, but it's not enough for me to consider it a Game of the Year winning game. Next, I want to talk about Silent Hill F. I'll be honest, I haven't played this game yet, so I won't talk about it too much, but I think the best way to compare it is to compare it to Silent Hill 2, which is widely considered to be probably the best Silent Hill game ever. But I do really think that Silent Hill F has set a new benchmark for not just games in the Silent Hill franchise, but for games beyond, for other games in different franchises and stuff. The gameplay is good. It's not amazing, but the storytelling is what shines above the rest from what I have seen. But I don't want to talk too much about it, so I'm going to move on. Elden Ring Night Rain. This is another game that I never played, and I probably won't ever play it. I don't play like multiplayer games like this, but that's just it. I want to give it the credit it deserves for being a multiplayer game that is just so well made. Again, I've seen it, and it looks fun. I personally wouldn't play it, but from what I've seen, people seem to really, really enjoy it, and it looks fun to play if I were to play it. But again, I don't want to talk about something that I've never played before, so I'm going to move on again. Next, I want to talk about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. This game is honestly pretty low on my list, and it really shouldn't be, because it's such a good game, especially for a sequel. There's so many good sequels in part 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 of games this year for whatever reason, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 does it the best. It improves on everything from the original game. The open world aspect of it, the story, the combat's even better, and that's a really, really good thing, especially considering the first game was as good as it was. However, it was quickly forgotten about it and kind of didn't live up to the hype, so that's why it's lower on my list. Next is Donkey Kong Bonanza. This is not a typical game I would play, but when I did, and what I've seen from it, it blew me away. This is the reason you buy a Switch 2. It's such a weirdly awesome game, and I enjoyed it so much. The concept of the destruction is amazing and executed perfectly, and it's a super ton of fun. There's really nothing more to say about this game. I would never play it, but I did, and I'm so glad I did. And everybody else, I think, agrees. If you haven't, you totally should. It deserves this spot. I'm moving on. Next is Hollow Knight Silksong. This game, I mean, a beautiful sequel. New mechanics were great, and it was hype to the moon and back. I mean, everybody's mother, their dog, and their great-grandchild was trying to play this game. It was really big, but my problem with it kind of fell off in like the first month, and I didn't really hear about it. Not to mention, it had some controversy over the skill level, and I don't think it quite deserves to be in that top 5. Now moving into that top 5, we have Ghost of Yote. This this game is a bigger, bolder follow-up to the first. The mechanics are same as always, perfect. The story is incredible, long, and it will literally keep you up at night. There's nothing more to be said. It's very similar to like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. It just does everything better, and it absolutely deserves to be top 5. And I think a lot of other people will agree. At number 4, we have Blueprints. You might not have heard of this game, but it is an unbelievable roguelike puzzle game inside of a shape-shifting house. I mean, it is an unbelievable, super unique game that unfortunately didn't get the recognition it deserved. The story is it's so good, and I really think the only reason this game isn't gonna win Game of the Year is because it's not as popular as it could have been. If it was, I think it would have won. If it came maybe before, a few months prior, just something different, I truly think it would have won. But because it didn't, I don't think it'll win. I absolutely think it deserves at least another nomination. At number 3, I have Split Fiction. Now, this might be a little controversial, but I put this up here for one very good reason. It is a flawless game. It is the first genuine 10 out of 10 game I've played in a very long time. The studio Hazelight made another great co-op game, and I think even this game, it came out a while, but it still didn't get the recognition that it deserves. And it is genuinely perfect, and if you've never played it, I don't know what you're doing. You need to stop and go play it. You need to find someone, anybody who's willing to play it, and you will get addicted to this game. It's so much different than It Takes Two, but has so many of the same great qualities that I fell in love with the first time. It is a must play, and that's why it deserves this third place spot and absolutely a nomination. In the number 2 spot, I have Clear Obscure Expedition 33. Now I need to make it very clear that I think that this game will win. Even though it's not my game of the year, this game is just so good on so many levels that I truly believe it will win. It had the popularity, it had this story, an emotional story. It's not a giant, massive AAA, huge open world game that some games are, but everything that it does have is perfect. The graphics are amazing. Like I said, the story is literally insane and will literally take over your life, and you'll be crying at the end of it. It's so good, but it's not my number 1 pick. And that's because my number 1 pick is Hades 2. This game has been rated so highly, and I see a lot of people questioning why it is. And I just think that those people haven't played the game. The game is literally perfect. Out of all of the games I've talked about, this game has like practically 0 flaws. And it is so much fun. It is easily the best roguelike of all time, in my opinion. The story is great, and it justifies itself so well. Like, they didn't need to make a Hades 2 because the first Hades was good, but they justified it so well, and the story is great, and now I want a third. And what sold it for me was if you go up to a character in game and you click on your book, it will automatically go to their tab, which is so unnecessary, but it was so helpful at the time. And I'm like, that tiny little detail is why I truly believe that this is one of my all-time favorite games and game of the year. It sold me. That little thing sold me. And there you have it. Those are my top few games for the Game of the Year award. I just thought that there were so many good games this year, but none of them truly stood out amongst the rest. So I thought I'd make this video because, I mean, everyone has a different opinion because there's not a single one that's the best. And I just want to think and talk and about all the great games, and I just can't wait for the Game Awards and specifically those announcements. So like and subscribe, and I might do this again. Thanks. Bye.